Hello, it is Thursday, March 30th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Thursday puzzle today, which means we have some kind of interesting or intricate theme in store. And I'm hoping it's not too intricate or too interesting. Well, interesting is fine, but not too intricate because I'm getting off to quite a late start today just because I had to take care of some things in the morning. So I'm hoping this doesn't chew up a huge amount of time. We'll just have to find out. In any case, this intricate Thursday edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Overfull Hitbox, Joe Percy, Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support sustaining this channel, keeping this whole thing going. And if you would like to contribute directly to the channel as well, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. And there you can become a benefactor and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, as well as that recognition at the beginning of these videos. Or you can become a patron at any level and get access to all of the bonus videos on the Patreon channel. And thank you so much to everybody who has done any of those things. And also, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Do consider doing that if you've not yet done so on YouTube. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that as well. So let's get right on to the puzzle. This was a co-construction by Adam Wagner and Brooke Husick, each of whom has constructed a little over a dozen puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shortz. So let's start solving and see what's in store on this Thursday puzzle. It's true. And this, this is not in quotation marks, and it does have an exclamation point, which makes me think it's describing something that could be said to be true, as opposed to being an exclamation meaning it's true. So in other words, it's probably not something like amen, which could plausibly be the answer if this were in quotation marks, but it is not, which means it's not also a sort of exclamation. But let's see. Or in quotation marks. But I don't know. Not my favorite. This, on the other hand, is in quotation marks, which means this probably is something you would say. Not my favorite. So it could be something like meh to me, and I'm not hugely impressed. Was deeply appreciated. It meant a lot, maybe? Meant a lot to me. It was deeply appreciated by me. Riyadh to Abu Dhabi direction. It must be east. And a house of straw maybe could be a hut, maybe? A straw hut. Mere contents, right. So here is the word for the sea in French, and the contents of the sea are water, which is eau in French, E-A-U. So there we go. Tease/tease. This is most likely a thematic clue, I would think. It's in a very common position for the first thematic clue. Where could some other ones be? Here, probably, and here, yeah, maybe a couple other places, not sure. In any case, the clue is tease/tease, so maybe two words that mean teased. Something roast, maybe you could roast someone, you could tease them. Tease. Rib roast. To rib somebody is to tease them, and to roast someone is to tease them in a good-natured sort of way, often. And a rib roast is a phrase, which is why I think this is probably the answer, because it refers to a particular meat preparation. Okay, so great. That might be the word. So let's check some crosses. Shell propellers could be oars. A shell is a sort of kind of small boat that you could row with oars. And made out. If you made something, well, it could be made out as meaning in the romantic sense, or it could be made out in the sort of visual sense. You made something out. You saw it with your eyes. I'm not sure which it is. Like a mind that can solve crosswords. Maybe agile, but I don't know. There's probably more than one possibility. Let's put that in and see if it applies. Oh, that's funny. Mere contents was actually a sort of follow-up to mar contents, which is funny. So what is that? Is that in? Oh, that'll be in Spanish. So agua. Oh, that's a really nice pairing there. That's a lovely little bit of construction, managing to pair the Spanish word for water and the French word for water, assuming that's what this is, which I presume it is, but we'll have to see. chops evenly in a way. You could cube something. You could cube meat, for instance, and it would be chopped roughly even cubes. What arrows might point at? I'm not sure. It's true. Oh, a fact is true. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, I don't know if my explanation made any sense, but when you get these exclamation points, it usually means the clue is describing the answer rather than defining or serving as a synonym of it. So you could say it's true about a fact, but obviously you couldn't replace the word fact with the words it's true in a sentence. Okay, made out. Oh, it's another meaning of made out. It's made out in terms of how you got by, how you fared. How did you make out? How did you fare, you might ask someone. And here we have word rhymed with intelligent in T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland. Well, it's clearly elegant. And what arrows may point at? They might point at targets, perhaps. And a wasteland, oh, another nice little bit of construction. Right underneath T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland, the reference to the poem, we have simply the word wasteland, which could refer to a desert in a literal or metaphorical sense, I guess. Lax LAX option or lax option. So TSA pre-check maybe, which is actually called TSA pre-check, but the way that the logo is styled, instead of the word check, they just have a very difficult to notice little green check mark. And so I think many people erroneously, not that it matters, I'm not bothered particularly by this error, but technically erroneously refer to it as TSA pre. I wonder if that's the answer here, because it's a service that the US government offers that allows you to be sort of cleared and therefore have less rigorous checks at the airport. But it might not be the answer. It's just my guess. With 45 across pronoun pair, well, ending in E, I would assume it to be she and her. So that is a point in favor of TSA pre as the sort of slightly incorrect answer. Place to put something on a table. You could place it on the table. That works as a verb. And Nora Blank, aka Aquafina. This is the actor. I think Nora Lum. That might not be right. I believe that's her name. And tricep curls, arm something, arm. Not sure what we're looking for there. It does have a question mark. So this is something punny. It's not referring literally to the exercise tricep curls. So what is it? Arm curls, arm hair. Right. You could have curly arm hair. Very good. Okay. And sighs of relief could simply be ahs. You let out an ah sigh of relief. Brillo offering. Oh. Was this the thing that was in the puzzle just yesterday or the day before? SOS pads? Kind of brand of scouring pads? Oh, that's funny. I don't remember ever seeing that in the puzzle prior to the other day. I mean, maybe it has been. I just can't remember. But it's certainly not a standby of the New York Times crossword, and yet here it is again. Some U.S. Navy personnel could be, I don't know, NCOs, non-commissioned officers, maybe? Why the Navy in particular and not the military in general? I'm not sure. Like spaces reserved for compact cars. Small or, I don't know. Hockey goalie's domain. The net or... I'm not sure what that's looking for, sorry. Soft opening. Not sure about that either. Okay, what can we solve here? Once again, as I said, or something like that, I'm not sure. SOS pads might be wrong. I don't know if this is right. I'm going to keep looking around. Oh, drat and oh, right, okay. So the reason I could only find a few theme answers was because I wasn't looking at the downs. So drat and drat. Oh, I don't know what this is. This is going to be, I think, harder for me to get immediately. Activist known as the mother of the freedom movement. Don't know. I hope I'll recognize the name when I see it, but without any more crosses, I think I'm not going to guess it. If one had to pay, okay, I think this must be wrong. I wonder if this is throwing me off at all here, because had to pay looks like it would end in a D because it's past tense. Had to pay, owed money, for instance. Soft opening. I'm just not sure what's going on there. Like spaces reserved for compact cars. And what was this? Oh, right. I thought it was maybe NCOs. Let's see if that helps at all. This still could be SOS pad. Brillo offering SOS. Oh, maybe it's not SOS. Maybe Brillo and SOS are unrelated. Maybe they're not. A soap pad or something? I don't know. But this looks like narrow. Spaces reserved for compact cars. Narrow. That looks right to me. Rooney Blank of 2022's Women Talking. I didn't see that, but I do know of Mara Rooney, so she surely must have been in that film. And soft opening. Oh, why do I not see what this is? Is it a prefix meaning soft? I'm not sure. And a hockey goalie's domain. I have no idea. Do they call that the cradle? Maybe I have absolutely no clue. I'm just guessing based on the available letters here, but I haven't a clue. This does, with that Mara A, does look like soap pad, doesn't it? Maybe that's the answer, because Brillo pads are sort of scrub pads, so maybe that's a competing brand to SOS. I don't know. Once again, I repeat. There we go. That's it. Okay, well, this isn't cradle. Is it a creche? Which is sort of also kind of a cradle. That seems like an unlikely term for a sports thing, a creche, but for a baby, for instance, but it could be used metaphorically. I sort of doubt it. Okay, drat and drat. Oh, no. Oh, it is micro. Microsoft, the brand name, the company brand, Microsoft. Micro is a prefix to soft. So could drat be crap, a sort of light oath, and then the other, oh, shoot, a crap shoot. So it's referring to the casino, the role in the game of craps. Okay, great. So those are our two drats. And hockey goalie's domain is the crease. Oh, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was my first guess here, but because I had something, I think I had something in here that, yes, I did have something in here that disagreed with it, because I had SOS pads, which was completely wrong. But that put a D here, which meant I just didn't even consider Rosa Parks after my initial thought. But that is indeed the answer. Okay. Faith that follows teachings of I'm sure I'll mispronounce this, I'm sorry, the Bob, maybe? The Baha'i faith, I would assume, to be the answer here. And we could be itsy, maybe, tiny, itsy or itty, but yes, no, itsy, because gives the thumbs up, is okays something. And an online market since 2005, Etsy is an online marketplace. A comeback could be a retort, and one might be turned down. You could have turned down service of a bed in a hotel, I suppose. And toilet/toilet, right, okay. The head is the toilet, and hothead? Oh no, pothead, the pot, a toilet, could be referred to as the pot. And so there we go, pothead is another phrase. This is very clever. This is well done. It's very elegant and simple, but well done. Spaces where people pay to destroy household objects with sledgehammers. What? What on earth? Chevy Bolts and Nissan Leafs for short. Those must be electric vehicles, EVs. And mean figure would be an average. Rage rooms. Okay. Weird. Slice down the middle to bisect something. And digital boarding pass, e.g. an e-ticket, maybe. Technically incorrect in the sense that a boarding pass and a ticket are different things. But so we actually have two sort of technically inaccurate airport-related clues of all things in the same puzzle. But I guess, I don't know. You could quibble in terms of how inaccurate they are. Zodiac sign transition. What does that mean? Zodiac sign transition. I don't know what that's getting at. That must refer to something, some body of knowledge I'm not privy to. Spoiled, rotten would fit if not for that I, but it doesn't. How model trains are built. I don't know. That's interesting. What about this? It's almost done. Raise, maybe. A bet in a card game, for instance. You could raise someone's wager or whatever. Many-stringed instrument. A harp has many strings. And potential response to, look, I colored on the walls. I assume this would be some sort of reproach or something. Not sure. Ready to roll. And tech support service. Yeah, I don't immediately see any of those. Word before or after down. Pat down or down pat. And tries to swat a fly, for instance. Tries to swat some things at. So what? Paws at doesn't really seem right. Swings at, hits at, probably 3 letters. 2-stringed Chinese instrument. Oh, I know I'll know this if I see it, but I don't know off the top of my head. That's annoying. Dairy aisle purchase. This is arguably sort of North American in nature, I think, because even though eggs aren't really dairy, they're often included in the dairy aisle in North American grocery stores because eggs are refrigerated, whereas in Europe, including here in the UK, they are not refrigerated because the sort of natural protective casing isn't removed. So they're not, you wouldn't necessarily, I think the reason they're in the dairy aisle is because that's already a refrigerated aisle in the US, and I presume Canada. But that might be a sort of surprising answer to those not living in the US. Or Canada, maybe. 2-string Chinese instrument, right? Oh, Edu or Eru, it ends with a U. So I think this is an R or a D. A. Milnes. Oh, Baby Roo, the kangaroo child in Winnie the Pooh. So Eru, that looks right to me. Like a sheet of dollar bills, an uncut sheet of currency. Pre-sale alert going once. I think this is referring. This is question mark here indicates a bit of punnery, and I think this is referring to sort of a something spoken before a final sale in an auction is what that's referring to. Blast could be ga or god, maybe it's some kind of herd or herd. Gotcha. So what is this? GHA? That looks horrible. I hope that's not the answer. Nice. So wheat, maybe? This is all terrible looking in here. Let's solve something else. Potential response to look I colored on the walls. Don't do that. Doesn't quite fit. I don't know. The reason I assume it's reproach and not praise is because if it were praise, you wouldn't need it to be about the walls. It could be about, you could just say, look, I painted something or whatever. So I'm trying to think what's specific to it being on the walls, and you could imagine someone being scolded for that. But for some reason, I can't seem to infer the answer. Ready to roll. In gear. Right, so ready to roll literally in a car, perhaps. And sudden temporary loss of athletic ability with I've seen this before, the Hibs or something, I saw this specifically, I think, with respect to golf I honestly can't remember if it was a recent New York Times puzzle. I think it might have been in a listener puzzle I was solving recently, actually. The Yips, I think. Oh, you brat? Oh, right, okay, that's more aggressive than I thought it was going to be, to look I colored on the walls. And heard. Oh, maybe, got caught. Right, okay, it's not gotcha, it's just got, as in I heard that, I got that. And that makes sense. And then I caught that, I heard that. Those are, okay, good, and got caught is obviously a phrase. So blast could be ga, there we go. And nice is, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, you brat. I cannot see what this is for some reason. So maybe this is a sort of drawn out so wheat. Oh, you what? I see. So it's It's lighter. Okay, this is more in keeping with my original assumption about how sort of aggressive the reproach was going to be. It's more in disbelief than anger immediately. Maybe to be followed by more of a reproach. Purity ring, a halo, as shown on a painting of a saint or something. And okay, I looked at this and I thought, Peach help, what is that? No, it's PC help, tech support service, personal computer help. And if one got busy on a task, one's set to it. There we go. Okay, good. Well, we finished off that corner. Spoiled, I'm still not sure. How model trains are built, quit. Not sure. Sale for a retailer, not sure about that either. And a nickname that sounds like its first two letters. L? E-L? No. You wouldn't say E-L. E-D? That looks plausible. E-D would spell this way and pronounce it just E-D. Foolable? Don't know. Gullible, what else? Medieval Spanish conqueror El Cid. There we go. And faints on the ice. I think deeks. I think the phrase to deke, to sort of faint in hockey, is a term that's used. Oh, this looks like kick. Yes, to quit a habit, for instance, could be to kick the habit. So quit. What is this one? Oh, I'm not sure. That's probably very obvious to many of you, but I'm not immediately seeing it. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is a film, and I still can't see spoiled. Why do I not see these? Oh, model trains are built to scale. There we go. They're intended to be of accurate scale. And foolable is naive. Oh, it's not Edie, it's Evie. Basically, exactly the same principle. Evie and Edie, there we go. I guess Evie for Evelyn. And so if you're foolable, you're naive. And, something spoiled is ruined, of course. I don't know why I didn't get there. A zodiac sign transition, a cusp? I don't know. I mean, a cusp could be a sort of a transition in a way. It's sort of the edge of something. But I'm not sure. Doesn't mean anything to me with respect to the zodiac. Sale for a retailer. Don't know. And hits up privately in Twitter speak, DM, direct messages. Is it DMs or PMs in Twitter? I think it's DMs. Direct or private messages. Request to a barber. You could request a trim in a barbershop. And blank joke, a bad joke? Is it as simple as that? No, it's not. It's dad joke, because this is drop kick. To quit is to drop, I guess. To drop out of something, to quit it. And then zodiac sign transition is indeed cusp. And here the sale for a retailer is their aim. I see. It's their goal. And there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. A very... to be honest, this was sort of no more intricate really than, say, yesterday's theme. But like yesterday's theme, it was very elegantly integrated. Just a very nice, clean execution of the idea. So in each case, we had a doubling of words to be replaced with synonyms of those words, and they make, in and of themselves, completely ordinary, recognizable phrases. So tease becomes rib roast, drat becomes crapshoot, toilet becomes pothead, quit becomes dropkick, and heard becomes got caught. Nice, elegant, well-constructed theme by Adam Wagner and Brooke Husick. So well done to them. And this wasn't one, was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, very nice, straightforward theme, and a nice Thursday solve. Not too brutally difficult, but it did give me some resistance in some of these corners. Let me know how you did in the comments. I'm always curious to know. And because I did get such a late start today, unfortunately, I am going to skip the clues from yesterday's puzzle again. I don't think there were many corrections that needed to be made, but do continue to leave those. I will do my best to get to them going forward. And in any case, that was today's solve. That was the Thursday puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow for the first of two themeless puzzles for the week, the Friday puzzle, so join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.